Here's a question for you. Is climbing in League luck or hard work? Or better yet, is success in general luck or hard work? There seems to be quite a lot of people who believe that climbing is just luck. Generally, those who are successful tend to say the luck matters very little, while those who are less so tend to say that they just aren't lucky enough for success. On the extreme delusional end, people will say that Riot is intentionally holding you back to keep you addicted and stuck in your rank or something. People believe in winner's queue and loser's queue and all of the conspiracy theories, and I don't even know how to approach trying to resolve those statements because they're just so grounded in lies and probably a lot of their own frustration and unwillingness to be critical of themselves. But I do think there are a lot of people who have less extreme views but still have many opinions on luck playing a large role in their climbing. Most of the time, this is boiled down to teammates and matchmaking. So is that just the truth then? That whether or not you climb is just down to luck? In this video, I'm going to address the luck component of League and give you guys 3 tools to climb, lucky or not. And it all starts with first understanding exactly that. Luck is only a component of League. The first thing we must understand is the difference between climbing and winning a game. Every single game has a component of luck. That's just the reality of matchmaking. But given a large enough sample size, if you are better than your rank, you will climb, period. That's the stats. Winning a game can have a component of luck, but climbing given time is bound to happen if you're a better player. The problem with many people is that they think success in something is either all luck or all skill, but you have to utilize both to truly get success. Veritasium explains this quite well.
Now, many people get offended if you point out how big a role chance plays in their success. And I get it. If we are just a product of our circumstances, then our hard work and our talent seem to count for nothing. People think it has to be either skill or luck that explains success. But the truth is, you need both. When competition is fierce, being talented and hardworking is important, but it's not enough to guarantee success. You also need to catch a break.
Both skill and luck matter, but even with skill, you need to catch a break. But the difference between what he's talking about and League is that he's referring to the highest levels of competition, being selected 1 in 16,000 or breaking track and field world records. In League, we get to repeat the experiment of playing a game over and over again. And there are only 2 outcomes, win or lose. Our goal is to steadily climb, not break records. We don't need to be the 1 in 16,000, we just need to tip the odds ever so slightly. Now, of course, there are luck factors in League, because your 4 teammates and the 5 opponents are up to the matchmaking. But this is the thing about catching a break. You can't catch one if you aren't ready for it. Like explained in the video, all the people achieving great things are already world-class performers. They just got a little bit of luck at some point. The same is true in League. If we aren't performing at a high level, then the luck wouldn't even matter. If you are perfectly at your skill level, then the reality is that you'll have a 50% win rate. Sometimes your team is better, sometimes theirs is, and it all evens out. But you need to be ready to win the games where your team is worse. There are plenty of lucky opportunities that will present itself. Maybe the enemy team will make a throw play that you collapse on and then you can make a comeback. Maybe your champion does well into the enemy comp. Maybe you have one teammate that if you play properly around, you can help carry. All these things are considered lucky opportunities, but they will pass you by if you are not ready to perform when they present themselves. And if you really believe that Riot is rigging matchmaking to keep you stuck at your rank, then I would ask you, how is boosting a real business? Like, if you go pay for a boost on your account, the guy who boosts you will climb on the account. Everyone likes to complain about Emerald being impossible to climb and yada yada. I promise you that if you give your account to any challenger player, they will climb out of that elo with 70+% win rate, no doubt in my mind. Boosting would not be a business if this weren't true. And don't even get me started on Midbeast being stuck on Emerald, because he is literally playing champs he has no idea how to play and is playing at an Emerald level on those champs. But that's besides the point. Let's just look at Faker. 4 World Championship wins, 2 MSI wins, and 10 LCK titles. I'm sure that he caught some lucky breaks along the way, just the same that he caught some unlucky breaks. But the thing is that Faker put in so much effort and got to such a high level of performance and skill that every time he got a lucky break, he was able to use it, and it minimizes his unlucky times as well. League is a game of odds, and we have to play the odds to be successful. Nothing will ever be guaranteed in League, and that's why no one can have a 100% win rate over enough games. But we have the power to increase the chances of winning by playing well and making good decisions. Okay, so now that you understand how luck and skill both play their roles in climbing, I want to give you the tools that you need to climb in League. And my first tip is this: pretend like there is no luck involved. This is a strategy that I use, and I get a lot of power from it. I tell myself that it is 100% skill and performance that gets me success. Why? Well, let's listen to what Veritasium has to say again.
Downplaying the importance of chance events may actually improve your probability of success. Because if you perceive an outcome to be uncertain, you're less likely to invest effort in it, which further decreases your chances of success. So it's a useful delusion to believe you are in full control of your destiny.
So our belief that our success is tied to luck will actually decrease our chances of success because we will be less likely to put in all of our efforts into improving and learning. This happens all the time with League players, where they will think the games were just unlucky and they got bad teammates, so they won't take the time to be critical and realize that they could have won the game and carried had they just made different decisions. Think about it. If every player just accepted the game to be an auto loss every time they had worse teammates, everyone would be at a 50% win rate and no one would be able to climb. You have to be the difference in the games that are not in your favor from the start. The second tip I have is to set goals that are input focused rather than output focused. We don't have full control over the outcomes of our games, so setting a goal to win a game will leave you disappointed when you don't achieve it, even though it might not have been your fault. Once again, our goal is to sway the odds, and the way we do that is by setting goals that are based on our own efforts and are replicable. So for example, instead of having a goal that is to achieve a 60% win rate or reach diamond, instead set your goals to be getting a good ward out in the first 8 levels, or tracking the enemy jungler, or being more decisive in your decisions. Now that being said, I still believe in the idea of North Star goals. These are goals that are more outcome focused. For me, my North Star goal was to get Challenger, and that was always there to drive me. But the actual day-to-day goals that I needed to focus on were input focused. I personally had to set a goal of being more decisive in my decisions, which would actually cause me to lose more games until I get better at it. But the learning and improvement I got was exponential, and these boosts from input goals is what got me to Challenger. But understanding these concepts is going to be useless unless you can apply this final tip, believing it's possible. You can forget about the luck and set input goals and do all the things that you should to get results, but the results will never come if you don't truly believe that you can achieve that goal. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's so true. I know what it feels like to have that feeling deep down that maybe you just aren't capable of achieving great things. I think that this quote by Friedrich Nietzsche encompasses the idea perfectly. Our vanity, our self-love promotes the cult of the genius. For if we think of genius as something magical, we are not obliged to compare ourselves and find ourselves lacking. To call someone divine means here there is no need to compete. If we believe that the only thing that determines how good we are at something is talent or magic as Nietzsche describes it, then we will believe that it is not naturally achievable by us, and therefore not give our all and search for ways to achieve it. This is the fundamental idea behind having a growth mindset, the belief that we can improve. We must hold faith that given time and true effort, we can improve ourselves and our circumstances. Without this belief, we are all just a product of our circumstances. Reality can only change if we decide to change it. So yeah, there is some luck in League. There is some luck in everything in life. I'm incredibly fortunate for my circumstances I was born into, the lack of worry I had as a kid, and the fact that my grandpa introduced me to PC games at a young age. All of these things have made it possible for me to be the person who I am today. But there are so many moments where I could have taken a turn for the worse or missed opportunities that got me here. Luck exists in some ways, but you'll miss all of your opportunities that luck gives you if you aren't prepared for when it comes. It's the work that we put in and day out, despite not knowing when the results will come, that will lead to results in the future. So my final advice, forget about the luck, create goals that you can control the outcome of, and believe in yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video and making it all the way to the end. I would love to hear your thoughts, so let me know what you think in the comments. I want to give a quick update on my streams, which is that I will be streaming on YouTube and probably dual streaming on Twitch every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time and Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, which is right after my videos release. So come by if you want to ask questions, hang out, and watch some high elo solo queue. Thanks again.